Hello, this is Neil again. We're back for another lesson. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to draw the manga from the side view. That would also be called profile. If you're used to already drawing a human character from the side, that is, you take one of my other courses, my head course, for example, or something which is in my How to Draw and Paint bundle, then it's kind of the same principle, but I'm going to teach you something a little bit interesting here, similar to how we did the manga in the front view, a similar map. So first thing you want to do is you want to draw a perfect circle, then cut it in half, both vertically and horizontally. Now this next part is very important that you get it pretty accurate. And that is, what you want to do is divide this part first. The easiest way to do this is first divide this in half. So from here to here, so from the bottom of the circle to the middle of the circle, you divide it in half. Then you divide those two in half. And this will give you four pretty much equal lines, and mine aren't totally perfect, but for this purpose it's good enough. Now next thing you want to do then is you have basically count 1, 2 up. I'm going to try to make this a little bit circle a little darker here. If you count 1, 2 lines up, you'll see over here it's more. This is the perfect version that you can actually use to draw on top if you want to in the template. And so you'll see 1 line and 2 lines up. That second line up, you want to take and you want to basically connect here and here and over here. Now my circle is not totally perfect, so it's going to be a little different. Then extend it out a little bit further like this. For now, extend out as far as you want. It doesn't really matter. Now, in order to do that in Manga Studio, if you're using Manga Studio, is you first click where you want to start from, then you hold down I think it's Shift key. Yeah, hold down the Shift key, and then that allows you to make a line. Then you just click again, and it'll make the line for you. So it's a little different than Photoshop. I actually prefer Photoshop's method in a lot of ways. In Photoshop, you would, first left mouse click or just tap with your pen tool if you're using a digital tablet, and then you would hold down the Shift key and then pull straight down, and it would pull straight down for you. Now, if you're using a pencil and paper or something like that, then use a ruler. You want to make sure you get this precise at first. The next thing you want to do is draw a straight line from that point down here, like so. Now this is where it gets a little tricky, and it's kind of hard to say exactly the exact angle you want to do for this. But basically what I want to do here is coming off the edge of the circle here, right off the edge of the circle, you want to stay parallel to this line up here, that first diagonal line we made. Stay almost exactly parallel to it, and then just come in a little bit more. So that's pretty much the best way to describe that. And this is the next hard part, is how far out we want the nose to go and the mouth. So it really depends, because different manga does have different length noses, but basically you want something, that triangle looks something around there. So you kind of have to just get used to that shape right here, that eyeball that shape, and get used to how that shape looks. You can actually make it a little bit shorter if you wanted to, and it's not really going to hurt anything, but I like to bring it out to about there. Once you have this map down, then it's just simply drawing in the parts to the map, and it's you can make a male or female out of the exact same map. Nothing changes. Let's go ahead and draw really quickly here over the map, and then I'll go into, make sure I didn't just delete something here. Yep, I did. Okay, I'm just going to erase that then. All right, now we're going to draw a male and female on top of this map and show you that it's really just literally the same thing, and just kind of change features. In fact, we can start with the male and then turn it right into a female before we add the hair. So the basic principle here of drawing the face onto this map is that you want the eye, again, unless you want the look to be like that, you want the eye to fall on this third line here. You don't want it to be too close to the eye or too far back either. Sometimes manga artists will draw the eye further back than here, but that's up to you how far back you want it to draw it, depending on the type of manga that you want to do. Again, it's going to be on this third space here. Let's go ahead and I'm going to draw it not too far back. Kind of do like an angle here, come up with the eye, and then come down. The eye looks a little different from the side view than it does from the front view. So I do get more detail about how to draw eyes in the side view in the eye lesson. However, I want to kind of talk about the eye here. So just briefly, we'll add the lid in here, and you have the eyebrow, which will fit up here. And the eyebrow is bigger than the actual eye itself from the side view as well. But what differs from manga is when you draw the eye, it's going to be a little bit bigger than what it is. Like you see more of the eye from the side view than you actually would in reality. Usually you just see a very sliver of it, and you still draw the pupil different than what you would like a real eye, be more towards the center. So this would be kind of how you draw the eye here. That basic shape is pretty much the shape that you're going to be using for the side view, which is why there's no need to go into great detail about how to draw manga eyes from the side view. You can try different types of highlighting and things like that, but this is, pretty much the eye from the side view. You can alter the shape a little bit to be like this, if it's a certain kind of character like that, for example, and that would be like more of the thin-eyed character. But this will make more sense when you get to the different kind of manga eyes and the eye lesson. Right, so once you have the eye in place, the next thing is the nose, and I do go into extensive in the nose lesson. And if you do ever want to like go and watch the eyes, nose, and mouth lessons first, and then come back to this, that's fine. Whatever works for you. I just put in the order that I prefer, what works for me and how I learn. But you might be different, and there's no reason why you can't watch them differently. So when you draw the nose, it's important that you kind of curve. You don't go right to the edge there. You kind of curve there, and you kind of curve out here, so it doesn't make a perfect straight line. And then you just kind of want to curve in a little bit right about here like that. And to get about how far down it goes, it's going to go a little bit further down than, right about to there. So about that bottom. Same place you kind of draw the nose when we draw it from the front view. Now, the guy and girl mouth here from the side view, it's very similar. So you can actually use either one. And in these kind of styles here, all you do is you draw the lip coming down here. And to get an idea about how far down it goes, you just kind of have to feel it out. You can do exact measurements if you want to. You can take this measurement here and go, well, it's about, 3/4 of the nose. Find something if you want to measure for when you're first learning it. But what's important is it does come all the way out to the edge of the line. Then you come back. You don't want the mouth to be too big from the side view here. And then you want to make the bottom lip come down. And the bottom lip isn't as long as the upper lip. And then you come down to the chin like so. So it kind of makes that shape right there. You can come down a little bit further here. The ear is actually going to fall, depending on what kind of character you're drawing, usually where the eye is. So we kind of come down like this and then come back. And it also depends on the kind of ear you want to draw from the side view. Different manga artists draw ears differently. And we go, something like that, for example, would be one type of ear you can draw. I don't like to connect right to the jaw, but if you want to draw just a little line right here, you can start there and then kind of come off. And now here's where you're going to come down and go off of this straight line a little bit. It's more of a guideline than it is an exact placement. And you can change the shape of this chin here if you want to. So you can have a chin like this. There's all different kinds of face looks in manga, so just keep that in mind. I'm going to get a little bit more close like this, though, to the line. I don't want to come out too far. And that might even change the shape of the chin here. Something like so. And there you have it. So that'd be the face. And then to turn this into a female, all you have to do is add a couple eyelashes. And it's kind of amazing that that's really all it takes to make a female. Now, if you want to change the mouth, you can change the mouth as well. There's all different kinds of mouths to draw from the side view. That's one style. Another style, it kind of just comes in like this and just follows the outline edge. And then they draw the mouth like this. So it's kind of like an, I don't know, almost like a 3/4 view of the mouth, yet you're having a side view. And I think it looks kind of weird. I've always, it doesn't look right. And I never thought it looked right in manga nor in anime when they're talking and stuff. And you see like almost the whole mouth, but their head is turned like completely to the side. It's really strange looking, but I just want to show that is a style to use, so I show that here. And when we go through mouths as well in the mouth lesson, I show that too. Another thing you can do as well to make it look a little more female is kind of maybe add a slight upper lip, and then but not a lower lip, like that. Well, there's a lower lip, but you're adding the top line to the upper lip there. And then other than that, it's really the hair that will make the character look how they look. And we're going to go through hair in a different lesson, but for now, let's just draw hair on this character, and we can, come out with the bangs here. And have it come maybe like pull behind her ear like this. Now where the neck lies is you want to pull right about halfway through the nose. Imagine the line coming straight down like this. And then you like that. And that's pretty much where your neck is going to be, like that. And I like to do like a shadow like this. And then right here, connecting to right behind the ear, that's where the other part of the neck is going to be. And you can make that thinner if you want, but usually the neck from the side view is going to look thicker in manga. I'm going to have her hair kind of covering that anyway. And then we'll kind of give her a top portion of her head. and have her hair kind of flowing back like this. And then you can decide like how you want to do some of the parting of the lines here. Again, we'll get more into hair. We'll get into hair in general actually in a whole other lesson about hair. Again, at any time if you want to skip to those other lessons because you want to understand hair better before you move on, feel free. That's perfectly fine. And then you end up with something like that. If you wanted to look more girly, that is, want them to look a little bit younger, just make the mouth more simple like I had before, like here, and then bring the chin maybe a little bit more pointy and come straight up. Don't make it so round at the bottom there. And then you give them more of a childish like haircut, and that's really all you have to do. You might also want to leave more space between that bottom eye as well, so you can come here like this and get rid of that space right there. You don't have to draw that. I just want to show that there is, other styles. I don't want to like just keep redrawing the same thing over and over again. So here's another face for the face map here. So that's it. That's how you would draw from the side view. However, let's go ahead and cover a couple other things briefly here for the side view. Let's cover what if we want to take this map here and slightly alter it to draw more adult-like characters, like something more like this over here. I think that's only the side one I have that's a more adult-like character. So yeah, basically how we do that then, I'm going to start with a color like blue. You start with the same circle. I'm going to go through this quickly. Divide it in half. I'm going to make like this, divide this in half here, divide in half, divide in half. Again, I'm just doing this very quickly. Because this face is so much different, now the eye appears way up here on this line. Actually divide it right here. This is about where the eye goes. So instead of it going in this area here, or even down here, if you want to do that really scrunched up looking face, it goes right here. Bam, that's where the eye goes. Then you have your eyebrow up here. And then all you have to do now is remember right where the eye is, that same line, that's where the nose is going to start. And then just kind of, it's really hard to say exactly how to get this exact angle. You just have to get used to this angle right here. Just get used to the negative space it makes here, that kind of pie shape if you were to make a space there. And this right here is going to be where the forehead comes up. And then you're going to dip down right here, and that's where the nose is going to fit into, like right here. And then to have this nose, just imagine like a ninja mask is what I imagine. I come down with this straight line here, and you come off this bottom circle and kind of almost come off parallel to the nose line, but kind of pinch it in just a little bit more than parallel. One way you can do this is draw a straight line coming down here, and then kind of almost make it like that pie shape right there. That's how I think about things. I think about like other spaces I can make. And then when I come in straight with this here, I have this shape here and I have this shape here, and I kind of memorize how those shapes look, and then you want to just draw it over and over again. If you have to trace them at first right here from the template, and just get it down to where you have it how you need it to look. From there, it's really the same thing. You're drawing the same stuff, and then from here you're going to get into my different types of noses and stuff on the side view, and the noses course, or not course, but the noses lecture, if you want to call it that, lesson, and the mouths lesson as well. And you can draw different types of mouths. And from here, I like to come down and then like this. It's to have this kind of ninja looking thing here. I find it very important for me when I'm drawing side views to make them look correct, because the mind can play tricks on you. You might think this should be like bigger out here or something, but really it's not. And now you're going to make the ears maybe back a little bit further and higher than we did before. What's interesting is about manga, you'll see manga does a lot more definition for their ears. They actually do like all those lines right there. They seem to put a lot more definition in their ears than, let's say, like an American comic would, or Disney or something like that would. From here, it's just a matter of drawing in hair. So we can give it this kind of style like this. And there's all different ways to draw hair in manga. And I'm not going to say there's one right way. We'll kind of come this back to a big bun here. And then we'll have the neck coming off the ear here. And come off the chin. We'll give her a much thinner neck. Actually, I'm gonna give her a little bit thicker of a neck. So I should probably pull the ear back a little bit further to match the neck, but I'm not gonna do it right now. Make sure you come off the neck and up here when you do the hair. And then you can just draw a couple lines to show that this has three-dimensionality. Have maybe some chopsticks sticking out of the hair here. And there you have it. That'd be how you draw a more adult face. I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up and ink this in. All right, so there you have it, and now we have a more adult side view here. And you can change this, how you do the hairstyle. So when it comes to drawing, adults versus someone that's a little bit younger, like these look a little bit. She looks a little bit older than she does. Making the eyes a little bit bigger, making the eyes bigger here and the nose closer to the eyes, and all the basically scrunch the eyes, nose, and mouth and chin smaller. Make all this closer together, and the person's look younger. Spread a little bit further apart, and the person's looks a little bit older. You can do the same thing with the side view as well. Also, doing like maybe more mature lips or bigger lips, smaller eye from the side view and stuff, different hairstyles. All this kind of stuff can really add to the legitimacy of the character staying looking older, like they do from the 3/4 view or the front view. All right, so that covers the side view. And again, to draw, you can use the same template we just used to draw a male. You just draw male features and everything stays the same. There's really not a lot of change between males and females when it comes to manga. Right, so now that we know the side view and we know the front view, the 3/4 view is the next lesson, and that is where we mix the side view and front view, because that's really what a 3/4 view is. You're seeing a part of the side of the head and the front of the head, which is being foreshortened. I'm also going to talk briefly about when we draw the eyes in that particular way, because it kind of changes, like one eye is a little bit scrunched up. It's really almost like drawing eyes from the front view. So anyway, I'll go into that just a little bit. Again, if you want to watch the eyes, nose, and mouth videos first, you can do that and then come back and do the 3/4 view. Or if you've already watched them, then that's great too. All right, that's it for this lesson. Oh, hey, are you enjoying this course so far? If so, do me a favor. Help others also enjoy it. Click on one of those little buttons on the left-hand side. You should see, like when you go back to the main course, you'll see like it says, I think, Facebook and Google Plus. Just click on whatever one you're most popular on, the one that you use the most. Go ahead and click that and just share it with them, or share it with all of them if you're really feeling like, yeah. Thanks for watching.